Now we're going to move on to the IGLTA honours, a very important part of this convention. So the honours are chosen by the Association's Board of Directors and presented during each year's annual convention to individuals or businesses that have improved the global landscapes for LGBTQ plus travellers, presented with the generous support of Visit Philadelphia. The first award is the Pinnacle Award, which is IGLTA's highest honour, and it's selected by the chair of the board of directors and given to an individual, business or organisation that has made a truly heroic journey in advancing LGBTQ plus travel around the world. As Albert already mentioned, unfortunately John Munoz is not able to be here with us today, but who better to present the award than our new incoming chair, Felipe Cardenas, who is the IGLTA board member, becoming the new chair, and also co-founder and CEO of the Colombian LGBTQ Chamber of Commerce. Felipe, thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining us. I want to second John Tansella words at the beginning of this convention in this opening ceremony, saying that from the board of directors, we feel very honored and humbled to have all of you guys here. It's been remarkable 18 months of very tough conversations, and we were the ones that were joining John and the team of IGLTA, asking the tough questions, making the tough decisions, and taking this boat to today, to Atlanta, to Georgia. We are delighted to be here, and we feel pretty honored to be able to host all of you in probably one of the toughest times humanity has faced, toughest times the industry of tourism has faced, and not only surprisingly, but gladly, probably one of the best and fastest recoveries this association has faced in the last almost 40 years. So it is remarkable the way John and his team were able to lead all of us, because even we, the board, were supporting them, just making tough decisions, but actually they were the ones with you doing the job down there on the field. And it worked. It did pay off, and we were able to arrive to Atlanta in a safe position, in a strong position as an association. And I just wanted to extend an initial message on behalf of the board to all of you. Make no mistake, IGLTA is here to stay, and is strong at this moment to deliver what we are promising to you, the partners and the members, in the value proposition to make travel a more fair and inclusive space for all of us. So thank you very much for that and for joining us. Now, this first recognition, the association and especially the board on the role of the chair wants to make is for a very special person that is based here in Atlanta. And I am talking you not to anyone else than actually the mayor of the city. I'm talking for Keisha Lance Bottoms, that is the mayor of Atlanta, that is being actually doing a lot of efforts on the city to make this city already that it is recognized nationally and internationally as safe space and inclusive space for LGBT community. She has done a lot, and yes, a lot for the LGBT community in the city, and especially something that we are delighted to see from IGLTA is that her administration is walking the talk on everything the city is saying regarding inclusion. Those sayings are reflected in local policies, activities, events, and actually actions from her administration to be reflected in this society. So this is why, on behalf of IGLTA Board of Directors and an association, we would like to extend a recognition to the mayor of Atlanta, Keisha Lance Bottoms.
Hello, I'm Atlanta Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms, and my pronouns are she, her, and hers. It's my pleasure to welcome the International LGBTQ Travel Association to my home city of Atlanta for this year's global convention. As you know, we are the cradle of the civil rights movement, the LGBTQ capital of the South, and the epicenter of culture and influence. During your stay in Atlanta, I encourage you to explore Atlanta's in-town neighborhoods to discover their unique attractions and charm, including the National Center for Civil and Human Rights and the Atlanta Beltline. I am humbled to be the recipient of this year's Pinnacle Award. I'm grateful for this award, and I'm even more grateful that you have chosen Atlanta to host this important convention. Thank you to the entire team at IGLTA, and a special thank you to John Tanzella, President and CEO of IGLTA. Also, thank you to William Pate, Travis Curry, and the entire team at the Atlanta Convention and Visitors Bureau for helping us host this important convention. During my time as mayor, our administration has prioritized the needs of the LGBTQ community like never before, elevating Atlanta as a global leader on LGBTQ affairs. Within my first 100 days in office, I appointed Atlanta's Director of LGBTQ Affairs, Malik Brown. This important appointment is the first of its kind in Atlanta and the South, and only one of a handful in the United States. We also created the Mayor's LGBTQ Advisory Board, a diverse and dynamic body that advises our administration on policies and initiatives related to the LGBTQ community. Our board represents the voices of LGBTQ people of color, trans people, educators, healthcare professionals, business leaders, and so many more. Recently, I signed an administrative order designating every single user city-owned restroom as all gender. This created over 100 safe restrooms throughout our city for the LGBTQ community, particularly for trans and non-binary people. These restrooms can be found throughout City Hall, our parks, and our airport, which, as you know, is the busiest and most efficient in the world. At the heart of our work over the last 4 years, you will find support for our most vulnerable. It's why we banned the bullying of youth in all City of Atlanta facilities. It's why we've hosted 2 LGBTQ opportunity fairs connecting LGBTQ people to over 3,000 job opportunities. And it's why we have leveraged Atlanta's public-private partnerships to raise funds for trans housing, HIV prevention, and the LGBTQ youth seeking post-secondary education. Over the course of the final 4 months of my term, our administration will continue to work tirelessly to protect and codify our important work so it lasts long beyond us. It's important for Atlanta's LGBTQ community to know that they can always count on their government to move equality forward. Please know that wherever I go, I will always advocate for LGBTQ rights. Thank you again for this prestigious honor.
So we thank the Mayor, Keisha Lance Bottoms, for her remarks, and to accept this Pinnacle Award on behalf of her, we invite Malik Brown, Director of LGBTQ Affairs from the Mayor's Office of Equality, Diversity, and Inclusion.
Thank you. Thank you everyone for being here. My name is Malik Brown. I use he, him, his pronouns. I am a lifelong Atlantan, so welcome to my hometown. I'm also a first-generation American. My family is from Trinidad and Barbados. Danya, we should connect later. We might be cousins. You never know. I serve in the role as Director of LGBTQ Affairs. I've been in this role for almost 4 years now. I also served as the LGBTQ advisor to Senator Warnock this winter. He made history as Georgia's first and only black senator. I am also a proud board member of the Human Rights Campaign, the nation's largest LGBTQ civil rights organization. I will say over the last 4 years, Mayor Bottoms and I have really worked hard with our advisory boards, stakeholders like IGLTA, and so many people to make sure that the city of Atlanta continues to be a leader in inclusivity and diversity and prioritizing the needs of LGBTQ people. Mayor Bottoms, as you saw, is very grateful for this honor and wishes that she can be here. I wish all of you a very safe convention. We are here as allies in the Atlanta city government. If you ever need us, don't hesitate. Thank you. Thank you.